Even before its release on the mainland, this blockbuster disaster movie was certainly in no danger of financial catastrophe. In fact, 2012 took in $65 million in the US and Canada in its first weekend. Sony Pictures, which released the movie, says it raked in an additional $160 million overseas. That means the movie's $200 million budget was covered in its opening weekend alone. And worldwide, 2012 had the highest opening ever for an original movie. Directed by Roland Emmerich and starring John Cusack, the action saga tells the story of the Mayan calendar prediction that a global cataclysm will befall humanity in the year 2012, and how ingenuity and some very tall Chinese mountains save mankind from extinction.
In our modern city management, what should we do if disasters happen? We should have contingency plans. I think this is a very special selling point.
2012 certainly proved a big hit at the Shanghai box office over its opening weekend. On Tuesday, the city's leading cinema chain had already taken more than $1 million in receipts. As a foreign-made action movie with the latest in special effects, 2012 has attracted many Chinese moviegoers like these here in Beijing. But it also features a plot which paints China and its people in a flattering light. In fact, the official Xinhua news agency referred to it as a tribute to the unyielding spirit of the Chinese people during last year's Sichuan earthquake. Li Chao, Sony Pictures Vice President and General Manager for Greater China, told us why she thinks the film is doing so well here.
I think Asian people in general, they like disaster movies. This is a disaster movie, excellent special effect, and it's the story about the end of the world. And so people kind of, like The Day After Tomorrow, Independence Day, all those films, like kind of disaster movies, have done extremely well in China. And this one is no exception, and especially because of all the special effects. So, and also, the same thing, the film talks about unity. It's like in times of trouble, people get together and they unite. We're not talking about a family, a community, a country. We're talking about the world. That people get together to save themselves. So I think that topic is very interesting.
However, critics aren't so convinced. Top US movie review site Rotten Tomatoes says less than 40% of commentators liked the film, and amongst its top critics, that figure fell to under a quarter. Overall, it scored a very average 5 out of 10. But reaction in China to the movie has been much more positive.
It's an exciting story. I was moved and a little bit sad.
Some commentators have even suggested the depiction of China's citizens and army as essential to a plan to save humankind was a ploy to boost ticket sales in China.
Yes, I guess, yes. China is very important in the world market right now. And I'm sure the filmmakers, when they made the film, they thought about China. And that's why every step of the way when they were filming, they were very careful, with everything that they did. So that, because foreigners sometimes they don't know about China. And so they were very careful, they had consultants, and they did it, I think, very well.
China currently has a quota of just 20 foreign films a year, a policy that foreign movie producers and the US government have long complained is unfair.
We always want, to have more films to come to China, definitely, because 20 films from all over the world is just too little. We do try. Together with other studios, the Motion Picture Association of America is working with us to try to do that. But, of course, this is something that the government has to allow, and we're working very closely with them, and we hope that the market is going to open up for more films, yes.
Whether this film's flattering portrayal of China will be enough to persuade the authorities here to amend that policy is doubtful. But with the Chinese moviegoers feeling so well disposed towards Hollywood at the moment, right now might not be a bad time to push the point. Neva Wyman, BON.